Welcome back to the Deep Six Wrestling Podcast. It is Tuesday, July the 12th, which means that this weekend, the New Japan G1 Climax begins. So this is going to be our preview prediction show for the entire tournament. We're going to go through all of the matches. We're going to give our predictions. The three of us that are here and those that also put in predictions but are not here for the podcast. So for those who are new here, I'm Pat, and I'm joined by two people. First up is Ryan.
Hi.
And Joey is back once again.
Hello.
And so we've all predicted the G1 Climax from start to finish, and we're going to be going through it. This is not for our Predictions Championship. That'll be on the line for SummerSlam coming up, and then All Out at the beginning of September. But this will, whoever wins this, still haven't decided on what they get, but they'll get something as a bonus heading into All Out. So if you're looking forward to the G1, be sure to subscribe to the podcast wherever you're listening to, either on YouTube or any of the streaming services. We will be covering the entire tournament, so be sure to do that. We also cover AEW and Impact on a weekly basis, and we will most likely start having SmackDown coverage, as Rob has indicated that he may start a SmackDown review podcast for us. So if you're a SmackDown fan listening to the G1 predictions, boy, are you in luck. And yeah, I think that's about it. So this is going to take some time to go through, so I guess we might as well just start.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to kick things off with night one of the G1 Climax, which starts on July 16th, which is this Saturday. We have 4 tournament matches. We have Kazuchika Okada versus Jeff Cobb in A block, SANADA versus Jay White in B block, Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Aaron Henari in C block, and El Phantasmo versus Will Ospreay in D block. So to kick things off, we'll start with Will Ospreay versus El Phantasmo, just because we all have the same one on that one. So everybody's gone for Will Ospreay.
Mm-hmm.
Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Aaron Henari. Everyone has gone for Hiroshi Tanahashi. Jay White versus SANADA. We have somebody on an island. Angelo has gone for the upset to be SANADA.
Interesting.
Keep in mind, it is the first night of the G1. Typically, there does tend to be an upset. So, expect something. But that would send us into our final match, which is Kazuchika Okada versus Jeff Cobb. And Ryan and I have gone for the upset to be Jeff Cobb beating Kazuchika Okada on night one of the tournament. Seems like a pretty standard first night. I think either Jay or Okada loses. Those would be the two upsets that I think are possible. But I went for Jeff Cobb rather than SANADA. But yeah.
Did you have any reason why you went with Cobb over?
Not particularly. I kind of just was just feeling whatchamacallit. Was just feeling Cobby. Yeah, I guess so. Just feeling Cobby, if that's what you want to go with.
All right.
Joey, why did you choose Okada to beat Jeff?
I just think those guys are just going to have a a strong start to the tournament.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. And Ryan, what about you? Your pick?
Yeah, so I went with Cobb solely because I think last year Okada beat Cobb either once or twice. And I know Cobb beat Okada once. So I feel like get his win back, make this series a long-term thing where you never know who could win it going forward.
Okay, that's fair. All right, we'll move on to the next night then, which is night 2 on July 17th. We have B Block, Tomohiro Ishii versus Tai Chi. A Block is represented by Toru Yano and Jonah. C Block, Kenta and Zack Saber Jr. I don't know why I went out of order on this one, but just reading it. And D Block, Shingo Takagi versus Juice Robinson. So Yano versus Jonah. We do have an island pick here with somebody choosing Yano for the upset on this one. That would be Sam.
Okay.
Sam has gone for Yano to beat Jonah.
Let me know that I flip-flopped this one. This was the match I have flip-flopped the most.
Yeah, choosing
the
who
entire night.
Yano would beat is Yano and Fale are who they get wins over is kind of hard.
Yeah,
so
I didn't have the balls to choose Yano yet for the upset.
No, I'm with you, Joey. I choose him later. But
I was just annoyed that Yano and Fale are in the same fucking block.
Yeah, that does make it a bit harder, I will say.
Yeah.
So fair enough. What's up? What do I have next? Tai Chi and Tomohiro Ishii is the next one that I have. Tai Chi was chosen by. Well, Joey, who did you pick? If you have yours in front of you.
I chose Ishii.
Yes, you did.
I think with him returning from his injury, he's going to want to have a start. Hot start to the tournament.
Okay, fair enough. Angelo is on the same boat as you with Ishii. I've gone for Tai Chi for the opposite reason, since Ishii's coming into this tournament coming off of an injury or still with an injury. I chose Tai Chi to get the win over him. Also, I feel like Tai Chi isn't really doing much besides KOPW, so I feel like giving him a win to start the tournament could be smart. Ryan?
I also went under the thing where I think Tai Chi the last few years has been really good in the G1. And I feel like Ishii, while he still puts on really good performances, I think this could be like a passing of the torch match of who the true MVP of the G1 could be in future years. I think Tai Chi could go into the role of just having banger after banger in the G1. I also thought about how Ishii, is injured or is coming off an injury / injured. We don't know 100%. So yeah, thought Tai Chi is the safe pick here.
Okay, fair enough. That's fine. The rest of us also went with Tai Chi, so Rob and Sam. That takes us to Aaron Henari versus Evil, and I will toss it to. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong one. I accidentally skipped way far. Whoopsie daisy. Kenta versus Zack Saber Jr. I don't know how I got so far. Joey, who'd you choose?
I chose Kenta. This one. I'm pretty sure this is like the returning Kenta, right?
He's wrestled in tag matches on New Japan Road, but this will be his first singles.
Yeah, yes. I'm gonna go with Kenta since he's returning.
Okay, that's fair enough. You are joined by Sam. Sam has Kenta. The rest of us have Zack Saber Jr. I don't really have a reason for this one. This was Kenta and Zach are two people, I will say, for C Block that I struggled to choose how they were going to do this tournament. But I ended up choosing Zach to beat Kenta. Ryan, do you have any reason behind your pick for Zach?
Yeah, I have a prolonged story line that's going on in C Block, so this just feeds into it.
Okay. Fair enough. And that would send us to our final match for the night, which is D Block Shingo versus Juice Robinson. All three of us have Shingo Takagi, as does Rob. Sam and Angelo have Juice Robinson. I'm assuming I don't know why Sam's reasoning is for anything, but Angelo's reasoning is probably that it's Juice's first singles match back. Yeah. But I just went for Shingo because it's Shingo versus Juice, and I feel like that's a match that Shingo can win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anything else to add on that?
No.
Nah.
Okay, that sends us into the next night. Night 3, July 20th. I'll go in order this time. A block, Lance Archer versus Bad Luck Fale in a hoss fight. B block is Chase Owens versus Tama Tonga, some Bullet Club versus former Bullet Club. C block, Hiroki Godo versus Tetsuya Naito. And D block, the dream match, David Finley takes on Eudoro Takahashi. All right. Lance Archer. Everybody chose Lance to beat Bad Luck Fale.
Yep.
We have an island pick for Chase Owens versus Tama Tonga with Sam choosing Chase Owens.
Of course he did.
Oh, yeah. That's his favorite
That's his
wrestler.
boy. It's between Yoshihashi and Chase Owens. I'm surprised that's not his final.
Facts.
Oh, God, I wish. Tetsuya Naito versus Hiroki Godo. I have gone for the island this time. I've gone for Hiroki Godo to hand Naito a loss in his first match in the tournament. So, yeah, I'll stick with it.
I contemplated that.
And last but not least, David Finley versus Yujiro Takahashi. We all have David Finley, but let's not forget that on the first night of the tournament last year, Yujiro Takahashi did pin Kota Ibushi.
That's the real reason Kota Ibushi has disappeared.
Well,
anything can happen.
You know, as they say, lightning doesn't strike twice, right?
That's true. July 23rd brings us night 4 with Tomohiro Ishii versus Jay White, Okada versus Toru Yano, Zack Saber Jr. versus Aaron Henari, and Yoshihashi versus Shingo Takagi.
Mm-hmm.
Okada versus Yano. I was interested to see if anybody would choose Yano to give Okada the upset, and sure enough, somebody did. Rob has chosen Yano to beat Okada.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
As for Jay White versus Tomohiro Ishii, it looks like I am on an island. I've gone for Tomohiro Ishii to get the victory here. Jay still has this championship, and obviously he's not going to lose it during the tournament. I don't have Ishii winning, and these two have history. So I figured Ishii can get another win and challenge for the title sometime in the fall. I also needed to give Jay a loss at this point. So Ishii's the guy I chose.
That's fair.
Fair.
I thought about it.
Aaron Henari versus Zack Saber Jr. Sam is on an island once again as he has chosen Aaron Henari to beat Zack Saber Jr. Aaron Henari is the person who I'm interested to see if he's going to go winless in this tournament or if he is what he's going to do. That's one thing that was hard about this tournament is because there's less matches, it's hard to try and balance people with wins.
Right.
Yeah.
So if somebody, I could see people going winless this tournament, but I personally did not predict anybody to not get a win. So.
I have. Yeah.
I tried to make sure everybody has at least one.
Yeah, same.
I did.
And then our final match, Yoshihashi versus Shingo Takagi. As we will see as we get deeper into these predictions, Yoshihashi is Sam's GOAT. Yoshihashi beats Shingo Takagi.
Sam's on the island?
Sam is on an island.
I mean, he has to be.
Wow.
That's fair.
July 24th. Hiroshi Tanahashi takes on Tetsuya Naito. El Phantasmo takes on Yujiro Takahashi. Bad Luck Fale takes on Jeff Cobb. And SANADA takes on Tai Chi. Jeff Cobb. Everybody has Jeff Cobb except Angelo. Angelo has gone for the Bad Luck Fale Island.
Okay.
SANADA versus Tai Chi. Joey, you were on an island for this one, so tell the lovely people who you chose.
I chose Tai Chi.
Okay. Any specific reason?
He'll just bounce back from his loss to Ishii.
Okay, fair enough. That sends us to Tetsuya Naito versus Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Mm-hmm.
Joey and Angelo are together once again. You guys have Tanahashi. The rest of us have Naito. This is one, again, purely just I don't see Tanahashi winning the tournament, and I feel like this is a big match for either guy. Or not necessarily winning the tournament, winning their block, as I feel like Naito and Tanahashi are probably the two favorites in their respective block.
Yeah, I just
So-
need it. I just needed Naito to win or lose.
Fair
one.
enough. That's fair. Ryan, any choice as to why you have Naito beating Tanahashi?
Yeah, it's Naito's return to the G1 after last year only having one match, so he wants to keep on going strong, make up for lost time.
Okay. Yujiro Takahashi versus El Phantasmo. Joey, you are not on an island, but you're with Sam, so it's as close to an island as you can get.
Nice.
You have Yujiro Takahashi.
Yeah, that's where I'm putting my upset.
Okay.
That's fun fact. That would be his only win in my tournament.
Is Yujiro beating? Okay, interesting.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, exciting.
Yeah.
El Phantasmo is another person similar to Hanare who I'm interested to see how he does in this tournament.
Since it's his first, right?
It is his first. He's just moved up to heavyweight. And to be fair, I do think he has a higher ceiling than Aaron Henari, but
Yeah.
I am interested to see how they book him.
Fair.
Lance Archer versus Tom Lawler making his G1 debut as well. Angelo is on the Tom Lawler Island here, and this would also be for the next night, which I forgot to introduce, which is night 6 with Tom Lawler versus Lance Archer, Chase Owens versus the Great O'Khan, Kenta versus Evil, and David Finley versus Juice Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
So Angelo's on the island for Tom Lawler.
Okay.
We all have the Great O'Khan.
Oh yeah.
Kenta versus Evil. Joey and Rob are together. You guys have Evil. The rest of us have Kenta.
Everything is evil.
Yeah,
Everything is lemon.
Everything is lemon. I'm pretty sure I have Evil doing pretty well in this tournament, but I did have Kenta lose to Zach, so I figured Kenta would bounce back with a win over Evil.
The vice versa. So
Yeah, so fair enough. And that takes us to our final match of this night, which is Juice Robinson versus David Finley. The former tag team partners collide. And Ryan and Angelo, the Impact Boys, are together with David Finley getting the win here. The rest of us have Juice Robinson. Ryan, would you like to explain your pick?
Yeah, I just think that David Finley, it's, I believe, his first G1, and this would be a huge win for him to get back at his partner. I mean, to be fair, we don't know if, like, I'm assuming they're going to be separated. Like, David Finley's not going to join Bullet Club. But who knows? Maybe he does.
I don't
at the end
think
of
David
this
Finley's
tournament.
joining.
I don't
maybe.
know.
Who knows? Yeah.
But yeah, I just think David Finley, give him the win over Juice. Just because I have no idea what the hell you're going to do with David Finley as a solos guy.
Okay. Sure. We'll move on to night 7. A block, dream match, Toriano versus Bad Luck Fale meet once again.
match of the tournament.
B block, Tamatanga versus Tomohiro Ishii. C block, Hiroki Godo versus Aaron Henari. And D block, Will Ospreay versus Yujiro Takahashi. Toriano was chosen by Angelo, Ryan, Joey, and Sam. Rob and me chose Bad Luck Fale. Yeah, I don't really have a reason as to why I chose Yano or why I chose Bad Luck Fale over Yano. It's Bad Luck Fale's year.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
This is actually for me. I believe this is Yano's only win.
Oh, okay, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Tomohiro Ishii versus the Great O'Khan. The three of us have Ishii, as does Angelo. Rob and Sam have the Great O'Khan. Wait, this is where it gets messy because I forgot. This is the night where
I'm confused. I lost track.
Oh, fuck me! Now I have to sit here and figure this out.
I'm looking at Ishii versus Tamatanga.
Yeah.
Ishii versus Tamatanga. Yeah.
And then Godo versus Hanare, and then Osprey versus Takahashi.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta get their picks up on my phone real quick because I forgot that this happened. If one of you wants to explain the issues that we had while I get their picks up.
Yeah, so Pat graciously always puts together a Google form for all of us to do our predictions on. And, you know, the G1, there's a lot of nights, there's a lot of matches. And for this night, he accidentally copy and pasted the wrong night, basically, for 3 of the 4 matches. And so Rob and Sam put their predictions in super early. And then I believe it was Joey noticed it and was like, hey, there's an issue. We've got back-to-back nights, the same thing. And he was like, oh, fuck. Let me go redo this. But I don't want them to have to redo their whole predictions. So just text me your actual predictions for the 3 matches that I messed up on.
Right.
And that's where we're at right now. Is Pat going back into conversations, trying to find their predictions. I know Sam sent it in the group chat, and Rob, I believe.
All right. I have theirs. You guys are gonna have to tell me yours because it doesn't have them in the spreadsheet. So I'm in the actual. So I have Angelo's, but you guys have to tell me what your picks are for these.
That's fun.
All right. What night is this? This is night 6, I think, or
was it
night
7?
7? Night 7. Yeah. Boop, 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 boop. All right, you guys can take the lead on this one while I get Angelo's up.
So this is the 27th of July?
I believe so. Okay. Yes, it's Toriano versus Bad Luck Fale's night.
Yeah. So for Block B, it is Ishii versus Tama Tonga. I chose Tomohiro Ishii.
I also chose Ishii.
I believe I have Tomohiro Ishii, but I will look real quick because yes, I have this Ishii versus Tama Tonga.
Yes,
I have Ishii. And we have Rob with Tama Tonga and Sam with Tama Tonga.
Yeah, and Angelo
has Tomohiro Ishii.
Okay.
That takes us to Hiroki Godo versus Aaron Henari, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Angelo has Hiroki Godo. Sam and Rob both have Hiroki Godo, and I believe I don't want to say I have Hiroki Godo because I think I do, but Hiroki Godo versus I have Godo.
I also have Godo.
Spoiler, I also have Godo.
Yeah. Okay, and then Will Ospreay versus Yujiro Takahashi. It looks like all of us have Will Ospreay. I will say I did debate on having Yujiro give the upset to Will here.
Oh.
Wow.
But I did not do it.
Big Willie?
Yeah, it would have been the end of his life. He would have killed him.
Please?
All right, that's the end of the typo issues, so we can move on. Let me just clear out this in front of me. So these can get cleared out, I believe. Hide. All right, Tom Lawler versus Jonah, I believe, is the next night that we're on. Yes. A block. This is night 8 on July 30th. Tom Lawler versus Jonah, Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Zack Saber Jr., The Great Okan versus SANADA, and Shingo Takagi versus David Finley. Jonah was chosen by Angelo, myself, and Sam. Lawler is Ryan, Joey, and Rob. Do you guys want to talk about why you chose Tom Lawler?
Yeah. I just think that New Japan is super high on Tom Lawler. They gave him the strong openweight title as their first champ for New Japan Strong. He held it for forever, basically. And I just think that this is his first time in Japan. I think he's their big project. And he's really good. And I just think that, he can beat Jonah. I don't think Jonah's going to be hurt by it because he's still a monster. And
Okay. Joey?
Yeah, I don't really have a reason. Just give Big Tom a win.
Okay, sure.
And his jorts, his cut off jorts.
Fair enough. All right, that sends us to SANADA versus the Great Okan. I'm with Sam here. I have SANADA winning. I'm actually kind of shocked by this. I have SANADA having a very good tournament. I don't think I have Great Okan having the best tournament. What do I have him finishing with? I do not have Great Okan having a great tournament. So SANADA gets the win for me.
All right.
Tanahashi versus Zack Saber Jr. This is kind of a toss-up, I feel like, but I went with Zack Saber Jr., as did Ryan, Angelo, and Sam. Rob and Joey chose Tanahashi. Joey, why'd you go for the ace?
Because go ace. That's why.
Fair enough.
He's the ace.
And that takes us to the final match, Shingo Takagi versus David Finley. Angelo goes with the upset on this one, with David Finley defeating Shingo Takagi. I don't see that happening, I'm going to be honest.
Hey, man, we didn't see David Finley beating Jay White that time.
I guess, sure. All right, next night. Night 9, Jay White versus Chase Owens. This is where we move into, I believe, five match nights. So, Jay White versus Chase Owens, Okada versus Bad Luck Fale, Jeff Cobb versus Lance Archer, Yoshihashi versus Juice Robinson, and Evil versus Naito. So lots going on here. Everybody has chosen Okada to beat Bad Luck Fale. As for Jeff Cobb and Lance Archer, it is split evenly. Myself, Angelo, and Sam have gone for Lance Archer. The other 3 have gone for Jeff Cobb. I also have Lance Archer having a very strong tournament. So yeah, I felt like Lance got the win over Cobb here.
Fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Jay White versus Chase Owens. Fuck me. Sam has gone for Chase Owens.
Okay.
Maybe Chase will. Maybe Jay will lay down for Chase.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Naito versus Evil. I'm with Sam on this one. We have Evil. I needed Naito to take a loss. I believe this is. Yeah, I need him to take a loss here for my math to work out. So Evil was the guy I chose to give Naito a second loss. And they have plenty of history, so sure, Evil can somehow cheat to win or something.
They can have a 25-minute match.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will.
The lights will be out for 90% of it.
Please. And Yoshihashi versus Juice Robinson. Once again, Sam goes with his GOAT, and that is Yoshihashi taking victory. The rest of us have gone for Juice Robinson.
Love that. Love that.
Night 10 brings us more action with A-Block. Toru Yano versus Tom Lawler. Tom Lawler has hyped this match up as a dream match. SANADA versus Tama Tonga. Tomohiro Ishii versus the Great Okan. Kenta versus Hiroki Godo. And David Finley versus Will Ospreay. Tom Lawler versus Toru Yano. All of us besides Sam have gone for Filthy Tom. Ishii versus the Great Okan. Ryan and Rob, you have the Great Okan. The rest of us have Ishii. Ryan, any reason as to why you chose Okan?
I just think Great Okan is the bigger star.
Okay.
And I always got to give love to some Great Okan action.
Okay. Tama Tonga versus SANADA. Angelo and Sam are together with this one. With Tama Tonga, the rest of us have SANADA as our boy. So, Kenta versus Hiroki Godo. Me and Ryan have Godo. The rest of you all have Kenta. I have Godo having a pretty decent tournament here. So I went with Godo.
Yeah, you can never count out Godo to get some good wins in a G1.
Absolutely.
Or any tournament, for that matter.
Yep. The G stands for Godo.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Even
the Godo won.
Will Ospreay versus David Finley. Everybody's gone for Will Ospreay.
Yeah, Osprey's going to spank him.
Hey, man, I
contemplated
giving it to David Finley to get the revenge for taking Finley out of the New Japan Cup.
Sure.
But then I was like, no, it has to be Osprey.
Is it just me? Like, I think David Finley's really good, but to me, he's just like a guy.
Yes.
No,
he's Finley's son.
Like, he's a really good wrestler, but he's just a guy.
I'm still shocked that Finley's still around, honestly.
Yeah, well, they need a roster.
Yeah.
Night 11, Jonah versus Jeff Cobb, another meeting of the Beefy Boys. Chase Owens versus Tai Chi, Evil versus Tanahashi, Naito versus Hanare, and Juice versus Eudoro, the meeting of Juice and the Tokyo Pimp.
Yeah.
We can get Pimp Juice.
Yeah.
Jonah versus Jeff Cobb. I realized that. Oh God, that's confusing. In the I guess in the predictions, I did Jonah and Jonah Cobb. So
Nice.
Yes, you did.
everybody chose Jonah, but the people who chose Jonah Cobb are Angelo, myself, Ryan, and Rob. So Joey and Sam have gone for actual Jonah.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I again, this is all. A lot of this is just trying to play with math to make sure people finish where they need to. So I had Jeff beating Jonah.
I just think that Cobb he's actually signed fully to their main roster. So
Okay. I don't know if that really necessarily means anything. Looking at the best of the Super Juniors, where a lot of outside talent did well.
Hey, man. That's what I just put in.
All right. B block, Tai Chi versus Chase Owens. Joey, you chose Chase Owens. Any reason why?
Just a good old upset.
Okay. I mean, yeah, Chase beat Hiroshi Tanahashi last year, so it's possible.
Yeah.
And Sam also chose Chase Owens. The rest of us went with Tai Chi.
Not surprising there for Sam.
Evil versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. I have Tanahashi, as does Angelo and Rob. Sam, Ryan, and Joey have Evil. Ryan, any reason why you chose Evil?
This is Evil's first win in the tournament for me.
Wow.
And spoiler alert, this is his only win for me in this tournament.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Jesus. You think he's only going to win one match?
Yes. I think that that Evil's tournament is going to be a mix of him losing clean or getting DQ'd in the fashion of Bad Luck Fale, where he would just get himself DQ'd all the time in the G1. So I feel like Evil's going to do that. He's got Dick, he's got Show, he's got Huge. So yeah, I think that will come into play.
Do you think he has to show his huge dick?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I don't share those same sentiments, but I like where you're going from. He did just lose his title, so I feel like he's probably going to have a pretty strong tournament, to be honest. I think there's a decent chance that if Naito and Zach don't go to the semifinals, I think Evil's the next pick to go.
Hey, man. That's fine.
We shall see. Tetsuya Naito versus Aaron Henari. Clean sweep. Everybody chose Aaron Henari. Kidding. Tetsuya Naito. I wish.
Please?
And that brings us to the last match of the night, which is Juice Robinson versus...
I realized I lied with my math.
Did you?
Yeah.
For what?
Didn't I choose Huge?
No, you chose Juice.
Oh, okay. I must have screenshot it and then changed it before I submit it. Okay.
Do you want it to be Yujiro?
No, that's fine.
Okay, I'm on an island then. I've gone for Yujiro to beat Juice. This is my only win for Yujiro. I have beating Juice.
There you go.
So, yeah.
All right.
Night 12. We keep on rolling here. Lance Archer takes on Toru Yano in A block. Great Khan versus Jay White in B block. Hiroki Godo versus Zack Saber Jr. in C block. Yoshihashi versus El Phantasmo. And Shingo Takagi versus Will Ospreay in D block. Toru Yano was chosen to get the upset over Lance Archer by me and Rob. I think that, building Lance Archer up to have a strong start to the tournament and then having Yano be the one to cut him off to possibly kill his momentum. I think there's something there. I also just feel like, Yano can have some fun with this, and I'm sure Archer can too. So I went with Yano. The rest of you went with Archer, besides Rob. Jay White versus the Great Khan. Ryan and Joey, you guys chose the same here. So if you want to explain your Great Khan picks, now is the time.
I just had to have, Jay lose.
Okay.
At least one. And, Great Khan for me it's gonna have a decent tournament. I wouldn't say super good, but this is gonna be the upset.
Okay, fair enough. Ryan?
I'm in this similar way here with Jay needing losses. and Jay needing some people to challenge him for the end of the summer, the fall. I feel like Okan is somebody that can do that. So yeah, that's why I threw him in there.
Okay. Zack Saber Jr. versus Hiroki Godo. I am on an island once again here, as I've chosen Hiroki Godo to get the win. Yeah. Just need the math. So Godo need to win.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yoshihashi versus El Phantasmo. Joey and Ryan, you guys are together once again, as you've both chosen El Phantasmo to beat everybody's collective Yoshihashi here. I'll let Joey, you can go first.
I don't know. I just wanted to give El Phantasmo a win here. And I think Yoshihashi's a fair opponent to give him that win against.
Okay. And Ryan?
I just think that, Yoshi is, while he's a guy, like he's held titles, he's a tag guy first. And I think that he can take a pin to ELP, who I think they are a bit higher on long term.
Okay. And our final match is Shingo versus Will Ospreay. Another entry into this saga between the two men. And it is split. Ryan, myself, and Rob have gone for Shingo. Joey, Sam, and Angelo have gone for Will Ospreay. Ryan, why'd you choose Shingo?
Just because I think that this is the tournament of Shingo. I think that Osprey's time is coming for a G1 win, but I think Shingo stands in his path first, and that's why I have Shingo beating him.
Okay. We'll get to it when we get towards the end, but yeah, similarly, I have Shingo having quite the run in the tournament. And Joey, your pick for Ospreay?
Yeah, just math reasons.
Okay.
I needed Ospreay to beat Shingo here.
Fair enough. And that is the end of night 12, which moves us on to night 13 as we continue this marathon. Bad Luck Fale takes on Tom Lawler. Okada takes on Jonah. Ishii takes on Chase Owens. Evil takes on Aaron Henari. And Juice Robinson takes on El Phantasmo. Jonah was chosen to get the upset over Okada by Sam.
Okay,
he's on an island for that one.
Something.
Tom Lawler was chosen by Sam, Ryan, and Angelo to beat Bad Luck Fale. Out of curiosity, Ryan, how would you predict Tom Lawler will win this match?
By winning.
Okay.
I don't know. Like,
submission, pin, count out, DQ.
Killing him.
Yeah, just pulling a gun out.
No, I think that he'll get. I don't know what his finisher is, but I think he can submit the big boy, the big baddie, big baddie daddy.
Nope, he's still going. Chase Owens versus Tomohiro Ishii. I'm actually kind of surprised by this one, but I'm assuming a lot of people had the same thought as me. Chase Owens was chosen by myself, Joey, Rob, and Sam. I chose Owens because I needed Ishii to take a loss, so I went with Chase getting a win here. Ryan and Angela went for Ishii.
Yes.
Again, I just needed Chase to get a win, and I believe this is his only win of the tournament. It is. So, yeah. And we have Evil versus Aaron Henare. Ryan, you're on an island for this one.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I have Hanare, and spoiler alert, this is Hanare's only win in the tournament.
Okay.
I just felt like I needed to give Hanare a win. And also, it mathematically puts Evil at the bottom of the block.
Jeez.
Good. What a guy.
Remember when I was super high on Evil?
I feel like you were until a few weeks ago without even watching Evil matches.
See, I said that I've got overarching storylines going in Block C, and this is part of one of them.
Okay, so are we gonna hear more from Evil by the end of this?
Probably not.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
I mean, it's more of
an Aaron Henari story.
No, it's more of an overarching story for the entire G1 and a certain faction.
Oh, the United Empire. Gotcha.
No.
Oh, LIJ.
What?
What faction are we talking? Oh, House of Torture? Bullet Club?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
Let's run the gauntlet here. Juice Robinson versus El Phantasmo.
I don't know how you got LIJ out of
I don't know either.
Hanare.
Ignore it. El Phantasmo versus Juice Robinson. Joey, myself, and Angela have gone for El Phantasmo here. Ryan, Rob, and Sam have gone for Juice Robinson. This one kind of feels like a toss-up. Don't really know where Juice fits in, and I don't know where El Phantasmo is going to fit in with Bullet Club as he becomes a heavyweight. So I just went with ELP to get a big win here.
Yeah, I was very similar in this. I wasn't sure who to go for, so I just chose Juice.
Yeah, fair.
Night 14 in Hiroshima. We have Lance Archer versus Jonah. Tomatonga versus Tai Chi. SANADA versus Chase Owens. Kenta versus Tetsuya Naito. And Yoshihashi versus Eudoro Takahashi. Lance Archer was chosen by myself, Rob, and Sam, Joey, Ryan, and Angelo have gone for Jonah. I just think Lance is going to have a better tournament, so Lance was my pick.
That's fair.
Fair.
I have them being tied, so.
Fair enough. Tai Chi versus Tomatonga. I have Tomatonga beating Tai Chi here, as does Angelo. No actual explanation for this pick or why I chose Tomatonga, but I don't think he's going to go winless or just have like one win. So this is one of his wins.
Fair enough.
Chase Owens versus SANADA. Ryan and no, not Ryan and Angelo. Ryan and Sam are together with their Chase Owens picks. Everybody else has SANADA. Just you needing an upset, or
This is me giving Chase Owens his only win in the tournament.
okay.
Okay.
Kenta versus Naito. Angelo and Sam have Kenta. The rest of us have Naito, so I can't really explain their reasons on this one. But yeah, I just feel like Naito beats Kenta. And Yoshihashi versus Yujiro Takahashi. All of us have gone for the GOAT, Yoshihashi.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, real quick, can you take us back real quick? What was the split for Kenta and Naito?
Sam and Angelo had Kenta.
I could have sworn I have Kenta.
I'm just
I
telling
have
you
I have it
what it
written
says.
down twice that I have Kenta.
Well, you must have put it in wrong because I'm telling you what I'm looking at.
All right.
But if you're telling me, is that you saying that you would like
Kenta over Naito? Yes.
Kenta? Okay.
Yes.
I gotta go find this. Where was I? Kenta. We did Evil versus Aaron Henari. Kenta versus Kenta. Okay. Yeah, you did put in Naito.
Oh.
Kenta. All right, it has been changed.
Cool.
Yeah. I just gotta clear out all this again. Unbelievable. Make me do extra work.
Cool.
All right, Yoshihashi. Everybody chose Yoshihashi, and that sends us into the next night, which is Okada versus Tom Lawler, Tomatonga versus Great Okan, Tanahashi versus Godo, Evil versus Zack Saber Jr., and not Juice Robinson, David Finley versus El Phantasmo. Okada versus Tom Lawler. Angelo has Tom Lawler giving the upset to Okada here. He is on an island. Tomatonga versus Great Okan. Joey and Ryan, you guys are once again together here with your Tomatonga picks. Any explanation besides math?
I don't know what they're going to do with Tomatonga. So
okay.
Yeah, I just got Great Okan.
I have Tama doing it this mainly because Okan is a tag guy currently, and I forgot that they don't have the titles anymore. And I was like, oh well, Tomatonga can give him and Tongaloa a chance at the title. And then I was like, wait, they don't have the titles anymore, FTRdo. But still.
Okay.
I stuck with it.
Fair enough. All right. Hiroki Godo versus Tanahashi. Joey, you're on an island here with Hiroki Godo. The rest of
Yeah.
us have Tanahashi. I will say I did originally have Godo, but then I needed to change this because of math. Because if I didn't, then Hiroki Godo I think would have been tied for my finals by the end of this. But I did it, and I didn't feel like going back to change other matches, so I did go with Tanahashi. But I did have Hiroki Godo here originally. So,
Okay.
what was your reasoning for choosing Hiroki Godo?
You know, like I said, the Godo 1 Climax.
Okay, fair enough. Zack Saber Jr. versus Evil. Angelo's on an island here with Evil getting the victory over Zack. And El Phantasmo versus David Finley. Rob and Sam have gone for El Phantasmo. The rest of us have gone for David Finley. All right, that moves us on to night 16. We're closing in here. We have Toru Yano versus Jeff Cobb, Tai Chi versus Jay White, Kenta versus Aaron Henari, Yoshihashi versus Will Ospreay, and another dream match with Shingo Takagi versus Yujiro Takahashi. Toru Yano was chosen to get the victory over Jeff Cobb by myself, Ryan, and Sam. I needed somebody to cut off Jeff Cobb here, and Yano was the guy to do it. So upset goes to Toru Yano for me.
I was in the exact same boat here.
Yeah. Everybody has gone for Jay White, so that's a clean sweep there. Kenta versus Aaron Henari. Joey and me are together on this one. I needed to give Aaron Henari a win, so Aaron Henari beats Kenta. Kenta's not too protected right now, so I feel like, I feel like Henari can get the win on this one.
For sure.
Yoshihashi versus Will Ospreay. Sam goes with his GOAT, and that is Yoshihashi beating Will Ospreay in the G1 Climax.
What a guy.
And Shingo Takagi is set to beat Eudoro, according to all of us. Nobody went with Huge.
Oh, damn.
No.
That's
so,
crazy.
What a shame.
That is a shame.
Night 17, as we come to the penultimate night here, we're back to 4 matches. We have Tai Chi versus the Great Okan, Tom Lawler versus Jeff Cobb, Yoshihashi versus David Finley, and Kenta versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. Tom Lawler, Ryan, myself, and Sam chose Jeff Cobb, Joey, Rob, and Angelo. Ryan, any reason you went with Cobb or Lawler?
Just to eliminate Jeff Cobb.
Okay, same. Joey, any reason you specifically went with Jeff Cobb?
No reason, really. Just,
okay.
Yeah.
Tai Chi versus the Great Okan. Ryan, Rob, and Sam have the Great Okan. The rest of us have Tai Chi. So, Ryan, your pick. Any reason?
Because I have Great Okan winning Block B.
Okay, well, spoiler alert, but there you go.
Yeah, so you need to win.
Okay. Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Kenta. I have Kenta, Joey has Kenta, Angelo has Kenta, which means Ryan, Rob, and Sam have Hiroshi Tanahashi. Ryan had to choose his favorite wrestler. And Yoshihashi versus David Finley. Angelo is on an island with David Finley, as that sends us into the final night of proper block action before we get to the semifinals and finals. So I'm not reading all of the matches. We'll just go one at a time here. A block, we have Lance Archer versus Okada and Jonah versus Bad Luck Fale. Yeah. So we'll do Jonah and Bad Luck Fale first. Everybody chose Jonah. And then it goes to Lance Archer versus Kazuchika Okada. Joey, you have Lance Archer beating Okada.
I do, yep.
Okay, what's the explanation on this one?
Just a late tournament upset.
Okay.
I already have, spoiler, I have Okada winning A block, and he already has like a pretty decent lead over all my other people.
Okay, so you just wanted a big shocker for him to end.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Sam has also gone for Lance Archer. The rest of us have gone for Okada. The way my math works out heading into this, it would be between Lance Archer and Okada to win the G1 with Okada at 5-1. He finishes at 5-1. Lance finishes at 4-2. So I felt like building Lance Archer up for the rest of the tournament to have him in contention here makes the most sense.
Yeah, I had a 3-way tie for second in my A block.
Okay, who was it?
It was Cobb, Jonah, and Archer.
Okay, yeah. So I have Archer.
All had 8 points.
Okay, yeah, I have Okada finishing at 10, Lance at 8, and then Jonah and Cobb at 6. Ryan, what about you? I'm assuming this means that, so you have Okada winning A block, correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you have your points for the others? I don't need the whole block, but who gets your second place?
Cobb.
Okay.
Cobb and Lawler are tied at 4 and 2.
Oh, okay. So where's Lance finished? Just out of curiosity.
Lance and Jonah are both tied at 3 and 3, and then Yano at 2 and 4, and Fale 0 and 6.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. That moves us on to a B block. So let's do B block, which is Tomohiro Ishii versus SANADA and Jay White versus Tama Tonga. We'll do Ishii and SANADA here first. And I have I have SANADA, Ryan has SANADA, and Rob has SANADA. Joey, Sam, and Angelo have Ishii. And for Jay White, we have Jay White versus Tama Tonga, and Ryan and I have gone for Tama Tonga.
Yep.
This would mean for me that I have SANADA because he beats Ishii. He beats Jay because Jay gets his legs pulled out from him by having Tama Tonga get the revenge on him and getting the upset here. And that also sets up Tama Tonga as a potential challenger for his title, either if they want to do it in America or Japan. I just feel like storyline-wise, that match makes sense. And that would mean SANADA wins B block for me.
Whoa.
So who are your winners for B block, Joey? I'm assuming yours is Jay.
It's Jay, yeah. And
Okay.
then second is Ishii. So Ishii won this night, but then Jay won, so he couldn't come back.
Okay. And Ryan?
I have Okan winning B block. Jay at 4 and 2 in second.
All right.
SANADA.
I didn't ask for the whole rundown. Just first place.
Oh yeah, Okan.
Okay. Yeah. So there you go. So our A block finals that the three of us have, because I'm not at theirs yet, but I have Okada versus SANADA. Joey, you have Okada versus Jay, and Ryan, you have Okada versus Okan.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. That moves us on to C block here. And that brings us to Hiroki Godo versus Evil and Tetsuya Naito versus Zack Saber Jr. Angelo and me have gone for Evil. The rest of you have gone for Godo. Evil prevents Godo from making it to the semifinals for me with his victory here because of how good I had Godo doing. And then Naito versus Zack Saber Jr. I feel like this one is kind of not a predictable one, but it's predictable that it's going to come down to these two as like probably your two options for who's going to win the block, just because of the story that they're going to most likely be playing up, which is last year, the first match of Naito's G1 was against Saber. He got injured, and then he was forced to pull out of the entire tournament. So I would assume Naito's going to look to avenge his loss here, and that would lead to all three of us choosing Tetsuya Naito to beat Zack Saber Jr.
Yep.
Angelo, Rob, and Sam have all gone for Zack. But Tetsuya Naito wins C block for me.
Yep, I had ZSJ and Naito tied, and then Naito beating him to win the block.
Yep, that's the exact same thing I have.
Yeah.
And the same for me.
Okay, so there we go. So
that's why I needed the Kenta pick to be swapped.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so Naito is our C block winner, and that takes us to D block with Shingo Takagi versus El Phantasmo and Will Ospreay versus Juice Robinson. We'll do Shingo first. Angelo and Joey, you have El Phantasmo. The rest of us have Shingo. Joey, why did you choose ELP?
Because I had to have him lose and then Ospreay win, because Ospreay is my block winner.
Okay, and that'll take us to Will Ospreay versus Juice Robinson. Ryan, I'll come back to your Shingo pick in a second.
Yep.
Juice Robinson, I am the only person who have Juice Robinson win here. I have Juice handing Ospreay, I believe, his only loss. No, his second loss of the tournament, because I have Shingo beating him as well. But Ospreay's the U.S. champion, and this will likely be used for if Juice beats Ospreay to get him a title shot. So I have Shingo winning D block. And Ryan, I know you do as well.
Yes, I have Shingo going undefeated.
I also have Shingo going undefeated in D block. I do not have him taking a single loss, and that would set up Shingo versus Naito as the semifinals for C and D blocks.
Yes.
All right, so to go through here, we have our final questions. We have who will win A block. All of us have Okada. Who will win B block? Sam, Rob, Joey, and Angelo have Jay White. Ryan has the Great Okan. I have SANADA. Who will win C block? Sam and Angelo have gone for Zack Saber Jr. The four other of us have gone for Naito. Who will win D block? We have Sam with Yoshihashi. We have Joey with Joey and Angelo with Jay White, and then Rob, Ryan, and myself.
Osprey.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Who did I say Angelo had?
Osprey, right?
Yeah. You guys both have Osprey. Sorry. And then Ryan, myself, and Rob have Shingo. So then I asked, what will the finals match be? And our finals are the following. Yoshihashi versus Jay White for Sam. Okada versus Naito for Rob. Okada versus Naito for Joey.
Mm-hmm.
Okada versus Shingo for Ryan. SANADA versus Tetsuyanaido for me. And Okada versus Will Ospreay for Angelo. And so our final picks here for who will win the G1 Climax 32. Yoshihashi will win the G1 Climax 32 for Sam. Kazuchika Okada will win for Rob. Tetsuya Naito will win for Joey. Shingo Takagi for Ryan. Tetsuya Naito for myself. And Kazuchika Okada for Angelo. Would either of you two like to explain your picks?
Sure.
Okay. Joey, why'd you choose Tetsuya Naito?
Okay, so I just want to I just want to go to like the semis real quick. So I have Okada beating Jay, which gives Okada a title shot in the future. And then I have Naito beating Okada. And then, just because he had such a shitty, G1 last year with the bad luck, and I think this is a perfect way to bounce back. And him and Naito have like really, really not good chemistry, so I think it's going to be a banger of a match. And then you have, three top stars in the title picture with Jay White, Okada, and Naito.
Okay.
Who all have history. So, yeah.
Yeah, true. Ryan?
Yeah, I went with Shingo winning it all solely because I think you need a big, fresh matchup for Wrestle Kingdom. And I think Shingo versus Jay at Wrestle Kingdom, because spoiler, I don't think Jay's going to lose the title this year.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Is a really interesting matchup. Again, it's something that I can't remember ever for a title. Pat, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Shingo's faced Jay for the world title before.
For the world title? No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
We can check if they faced off before, but I don't remember anything off the top of my head.
I feel like if they've ever faced each other, it's in the G1.
It would have been that, or for like the Never title.
Yeah.
They have faced off twice in singles actions. Once in the 2020 G1, and once in the 2019 G1. So yeah, they've only faced in G1 matches.
Yeah. So what's their record against each other? Per se.
2020. Who won in 2020? Jay beat Shingo.
Okay.
And then in 2019, it was Jay White. So
okay.
Yeah, Jay is 2-0 against Shingo.
Cool. So yeah, give it to Shingo, and then Shingo, I think I don't know if he wins it, but I think that would be a good way to end Jay's reign, is giving it to Shingo, because I feel like Shingo's world title reign was a bit overlooked when he had it.
I've gone for Naito. I think that this very well could be. I'm sure a lot of people don't want to say it, but I think very well could be this. This G1 is Naito's final, with the injuries that he's stacked up, and with him openly admitting that he doesn't see himself wrestling much longer. Obviously, he didn't get to do the G1 last year. He did one match and was done. So I think that it would be not the worst decision in the world to give Naito the G1 this time. And then that sends him to Wrestle Kingdom, where he can get probably one of his last super major world title shots against Jay White. And there's plenty of history with those two that you can play up already for story. You could give the title to Naito for one last run if you want to, especially with, with crowds back and with cheering back most likely for Wrestle Kingdom, since cheering starts for New Japan in September. And obviously we know that, Naito's run with the dual championships was kind of hindered, obviously, by COVID. So I feel like them giving him a proper world title run before he decides to hang up his boots, not the worst idea. So I have Naito winning the G1 for that reason. But let's be realistic. It's going to be Okada, LOL, and he's just going to beat Jay White at the Wrestle Kingdom, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
Yeah, but that's it. So thank you for joining us for our G1 predictions. We appreciate you sitting through all of this. If you did, feel free to leave a comment if you're on YouTube with who is going to win the G1 Climax for your pick. And be sure to subscribe to the podcast either on YouTube or wherever you're listening, so you can keep up with our coverage for the entire tournament, because we will have reviews for hopefully every night. We'll see how that goes. And yeah. And keep your eyes peeled for more AEW and Impact coverage, as well as hopefully Rob's SmackDown reviews and the special thing that me, Ryan, and Angelo are working on, where we're going to be watching old TNA pay-per-views for the first time and reviewing them hopefully on a monthly or bi-monthly basis, which should be a fun little experiment that we're hoping to kick off in August. So if you're a TNA fan, oh boy, it should be a good time.
Yeah.
So yes, that's it. Thanks for listening. We will talk to you in the next episode. And enjoy the rest of your week, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.